Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Saggy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your jumping card is the Queen of Wands, but before then, your key to the week is the Hierophant card. So this week, with the Sagittarius card, with the Hierophant card, is it's the material element of the card that represents you, which is the 14th card is Temperance. Temperance is the Hierophant set free. All right. Now, in order to be set free, in order for your Sagittarian glory to ride out into the world, you need to put certain processes and practices into place. And so this week, if you want that freedom, that liberation that all Sagittarians crave at their heart, this week you need to check in with your day-to-day routines, your personal rituals, the structure and the establishment of the lifescape, right? This is a week where you really need to pay attention to what you are doing. What are the things that you have in place? Where are they working or not, as the case may be? And where is it that you maybe can seek outside help or outside input in some regard? This could be in the form of a coach. It could be in the form of a support, a therapist, a healer of some sort. It doesn't matter what it is. It just, like I'm saying here, is how you do your day-to-day world is what's going to determine how much freedom and liberation you can have. So this week it does look like you're really paying attention to the detail, right? You know, they say the devil is in the detail. Well, I challenge you to look at it another way and say that God is in the detail, right? The other thing with the Hierophant card, your belief structure, what you believe, what your deep held kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for? Yeah, your belief structure. Let's just call it that, right? Whether this is religion, spirituality, etc. This week, those things can really help you, but only if you are willing to adjust them, right? So what you're trying to do this week, it looks like to me, you're trying to crack the Hierophant open so that you can set that internal self free. And the way that you do that, especially with the Queen of Wands as your actions and options, is going to be by literally getting into your own heart of hearts, what you genuinely want in the depths of who you are. And more importantly, by not even drawing a boundary. This might be a week where you have to get really strict with yourself about what you are or are not doing, as the case may be, and really be honest with yourself about where you are getting in your own way and where you're stopping yourself from kind of achieving the things that you know you can very easily. Another way that this could show up for you in terms of the options that are available, this week might present you with an opportunity, a very official opportunity, whether this is to work with a bigger company, whether this is to work in a different department of the company that you're a part of. It's basically you're being offered some kind of elevation, accolade or promotion. But in order to have that, you're going to have to make some real adjustments and get really honest with yourself about what is kind of out of place or not really working properly. For those of you that are having to interact with local authorities, governing bodies, maybe could just be as simple as, do you have the insurance that you need to be doing what you're doing? Okay. All right. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Lovers card. So there are choices to be made. There's always choices to be made, but there are choices to be made this week when it comes to paperwork, documentation, getting things sent off. There are also choices to be made here about whether you're going to advance on something. And I feel like, so specifically for those of you that are students, this might show up in the case where, your teacher or your lecturers or, whatever it is says to you, we would really like you to do this, this and this. We'd like you to be a part of the training faculty or whatever, like as a teaching assistant. And you might have to really sort of say, you know what, this is a fantastic opportunity, but actually I'm nowhere near where I need to be with the amount of work that I need to produce yet in order for me to actually take on this position. So while it's an amazing opportunity, it's probably going to set me back. And so there's this element here where actually maybe in holding yourself back is going to help you really open yourself up in some way. The same for those of you that are employed by somebody else. This could be whether, you know, your boss comes to you and says, look, you know what, we really want to, and there could be a part of you saying, this is amazing, but actually, with everything that I've got going on in life and all the other things that I'm actually simultaneously trying to do at the moment, it's not right. I'll end up dropping the ball and I won't be able to take this as far as I want. This is a moment of pure honesty with self. And I think if you can do that, what you're going to do is actually give yourself a lot more freedom to expand at a pace that you are comfortable with, rather than having to grow into it as it's kind of happening. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, same kind of energy. This is about really being honest with yourself. Where am I showing up? Where am I maybe need to kind of get a grip a little bit? More importantly, where am I trying to mix business and pleasure that they really don't mix? Where am I trying to mix oil and water? Where am I trying to mix water and oil? Do you know what I mean? Like things that just don't seem to mesh. So this week, pay attention to that, and if it's a great opportunity, it will be a great opportunity. Continue going forward. And I'm not saying that you can't have it or that you can't take it. I'm just saying this is one of those moments, like, you know, when you're doing weight training, right? And it's like, you know, you could go a little bit heavier, but if you were to give it just another week, you could be able to go that bit heavier a lot easier and probably like, oh my gosh. So I remember about 5-6 years ago, one day I got a little bit overzealous and was like, yeah, I'm gonna up the weights this today, right? Did a few reps and got to that point and I was like, oh no. And the guy next to me threw his dumbbell, like literally threw his dumbbells, because like I was like, help. And came over and helped me, and I was so like, I just wanted the ground to open up and swallow me. And he actually said to me, don't worry about it, mate, we've all been there. You can save yourself a moment like that this week by just doing what you know you can do and then adding more when you are ready. All right, so like this is one of those times where maybe deferring something just a little bit actually buys you, you know, the freedom that you're really looking for. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, if you're single and retired or no longer working, this actually could be a week that you're dedicating more time to love, partnership and relationship. For those of you that are partnered as well, your partner or your significant other could be helping you get some clarity or some perspective on something, which is great. For your love and relations, you've got the Four of Pentacles. So for those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, heartfelt communications around the living situation and the home, potentially around some kind of investment as well. That could be really nice, really exciting. Because you've got this with the Queen of Wands as well, this could be where you are maybe being a bit more conservative with the finances and the resources at the moment, and you're being that because you're trying to be pragmatic. Usually Sagittarius is like, yes, all the things, big, everything, yes, yes, yes. But this week it's kind of like you're being encouraged to say, okay, before I really expand and go for it, let me check if the infrastructure is actually solid first. For those of you that are single, especially with the Four of Pentacles, for those of you that have been waiting to meet a significant other or even just a potential for quite some time, this will be the week where some connections are forged. Whether you go ahead with them or not, obviously that's up to you. For your money and materials, you have the Star card. Love this, especially for those of you that do things with the digital world or online, which is basically everybody nowadays. There is expansion and encouragement with the finances. There's lots of conversations around the future of your money, your resources, and there is potentially for a lot of you, a group endeavor or association could be the thing that really starts to bring more opportunities to make more money to you. For a select few of you, you're conversing with somebody online that is going to transfer very quickly into the real world. So it's like you meet someone, you just start talking to them and it's all great and everything, and then very quickly it's like, do you want to meet up in person? which is good. For those of you, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Star card is actually nice for health and vitality because it's a card of healing. But in terms of where it hits you in the body, this is your nervous system, all right? So look after yourself this week. You know, nice, soothing, zen, calming things. And then when it comes to your home and environment, the Star card with the Hierophant, especially because you've got this Four of Pentacles here, although it's, you know, yes, this is for your partnerships, it's just the way that it comes together with the Star card. That is very serious talks about either relocation or doing something to the home that kind of, not future-proofs it, but makes it like, you know, well, if I'm going to be staying here, then I might as well put the extension on. Do you know what I mean? Like you're doing things or considering things for the future around staying in the home that you're in. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.